Yo, 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 it's Misha Dex and
Hey, yo, boy.
see,
Keymon.
you were scared, huh? Had to keep you on your toes.
Oh man, like always, never
So
scared.
it's October.
October, fall,
So I don't know why you
officially.
don't have on no pink today. No, where's your
Mhm.
pink? Where's your pink? October is breast cancer awareness month. Where's your pink?
I have a ribbon. Hey,
Why isn't it pink? Why is it?
it's black.
I was about to say something very
It's brown.
derogatory.
It's brown. It's brown. It's brown.
Oh
Um.
man.
So damn, I didn't even realize that, and that's just the way. I feel like life has been going. I didn't even realize it was Breast Cancer Month, Awareness Month. So I know that's huge for you. Um,
Yeah. 20 years.
20 years. Oh, yeah. That's
20 years of remission, yo. I'm trying to go ahead and get my little testing done for the year and stuff so I can make sure I have another 20. Yesterday, me and my niece Tristan, Tranisha's daughter, we did our annual photo shoot.
mm,
Um, I want to speak on that for a second because it's like I know I have the tendency to not make a big deal about stuff, and then
mhm.
there's things that hit me different than others because of like childhood trauma or experiences. But Um, I'll take it back to her second birthday, Trisha's second birthday. I went with Tranisha to take pictures with her because Tranisha swore she was gonna do this picture thing with her daughter
Yeah,
every year for her
yeah,
birthday, and baby wowed the hell out.
yeah.
She was
Nah.
not with it. She didn't want to do it, and I don't know how it happened, but I just started talking to her, Tristan,
Mhm,
right? Like, and I pulled out my phone, and at
mhm.
that time did I have an iPhone? I doubt I had an iPhone at that age, at her age too. But anyway, I pulled out my phone and I just started taking pictures with her. And that's something we just always did, right? And so I was able to get her to take her pictures. But Tranisha was like, I'm never doing that again. It was
Mhm.
embarrassing. She cut up. But that became our thing. Like,
Yeah.
when I come over, she'll be waiting for me to pull my phone out. And so, anyway, 3 years ago, when she found out, she was old enough to understand something that obviously that I survived. And the conversation was real simple, but when she did the math, she realized that it happened before she was born.
Uh,
So I think I need a deep dive with her, but I also don't want to, you know,
yeah.
put her
Put
in too
energy.
deep of a conversation
Yeah,
that she's not
yeah.
ready for. But anyway, we did the first photo shoot the first year. And then when the second year came, and this is how you know you be in your head, I'm thinking like, okay, um, I'll bring it up to her and see if she want to do it.
Mhm,
But then my godmother, her grandmother, had a heart attack.
mhm.
And so it ended up not taking the picture at the time that we said we were going to take it.
Uh-huh.
And so the first week of October comes and we're just hanging out. You know, Tranisha's mom comes home eventually. And so my niece goes, "Hey, it's October." And I said, "Yeah, I know." And she goes, we didn't do our photo shoot." And I was like, "Oh, well, I was being mindful. Your grandmother's recovering." And she was like, "I know, but I want to do it for me."
Mhm.
And so we did that. And so this year we did another one, which was yesterday. And I'm realizing that, and it goes back to what we were talking about with the kids. Like we have this idea of what we think they
Yeah,
want to do. We
yeah.
think we know what they thinking and feeling, but then they just shock us. And so
Mhm.
now I feel like I'm getting excited to do that versus having a celebration.
Yeah.
So instead of having a celebration, I rather pour all that energy and love into her for the day, and then display the pictures later. But I did say for my 23rd year, I'm having a Jordan themed party.
Oh, nice.
I
Nice.
want to have a Jordan themed sneaker ball party. So that gave everybody that be saying that my shoes too expensive a chance to either rent them, buy them.
Yeah, go to Ross.
Right. But the last thing I want to say about that is that also just paying homage to not just my journey and but hopes to. I wish I had wanted here to celebrate. So it's a catch 22. Like you'll catch me slipping in the sense of like I'll be in my head, but I'm also grateful. Like so, it's the balance beam of gratitude and also kind of like sorrow.
So before we jump off this topic,
Okay.
I would love for this to be a teaser for this week. Um, so speaking to everyone who has survived breast cancer, what is your message to the world? Just kick it off.
Oof. I think what's most important is not allowing yourself to soak too deep to where you start drowning in your own pity, because everyone's journey is different. Like the way I found out was it was a double hitter, right? Like I was pregnant, there was breast milk, they found a mass, and it was like, wait, what? Like I had a miscarriage. Like it was so many different things that even knowing you survive,
Mm.
you have that survivor remorse that
Yeah,
constantly haunts
yeah.
me, because I don't even talk about that first pregnancy. Like I don't.
Mm.
I know what happened,
Yeah,
but it's like that's where I'm saying that I balance that line of grieving, and then I balance that line of silence, because I can't fully tell you the detriment it's had, but I know it's had an impact, right?
yeah, yeah,
Um, and it shows up in how I auntie the kids. Like
yeah,
it's made an impact in that way. But I also start thinking about what God has done for me
yeah,
in this time. So not drowning in your own sorrows, of course, bask in the gratitude, but also do something different this time around, because your outcome could have been something totally different.
yeah,
And the fact that it isn't, I think it plays a big part in the way redemption looks for me,
yeah,
because how was I worthy enough and not
yeah.
Wanda, right?
Mm.
And so again, everyone's journey of how they found out, everyone's journey on how they're living their life afterwards, it looks different. So I just only hope that survivors are not only handling and coping in their own way, because everybody's not going to do the walk every year. Not everybody wants to talk about it because it may be too traumatizing
Yeah,
or how it's attached to things. But the graceful part is always something that I'm going to pray that everybody has, even the ones who just may not have suffered in that way, but maybe lost their mothers, their grandmothers, or anybody close to them for breast cancer.
that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. But I was expecting like, hey, happy breast cancer month. Big shout out to everyone. But
You
that
don't
that
see the
works.
ribbon? It's a
That
ribbon
that that
here.
that works. That works as well. So
Well, I mean, in
no,
that
it's
case,
no,
then
it
no, no,
was it
no.
was
What I
no
was
it
gonna
was no
say is
rules to it.
no. I was gonna
To
say, but with that, you can say it. I mean, I feel like you don't have to have had breast cancer to be
No, I
a
definitely
cheerleader.
definitely agree with that, and also knowing that I lost some really close, important people to cancer in
Right.
general. So I feel like that all, it's a fucking horrible thing in general, no matter what part of the body it hits or whatnot.
Right.
But
I mean, death in general, like, right?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
So and yeah, so happy breast cancer awareness month, cancer awareness month. And congrats to you. And I pray that you see 20 plus more years as well.
No,
So
I appreciate that. It's definitely a hard topic, and honestly, I don't even really
well,
entertain too much
yeah,
conversation with
yeah,
certain
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Um, but again, I sit in more gratitude even in silence. It's like, okay, like Daisy, she knows me in and out, right? So she knows what I don't want to do on a big scale as far as celebrating. Like I acknowledge it, but like she'll do something subtle as buy flowers and leave them downstairs, right? Like saying like I support you, but I respect your silence as
Yeah,
this month continues on.
that's a bit.
Um, but I also feel what. See, you can't get right. Look, you disappeared from
Sorry,
the
sorry.
screen. That was
It's not.
God. That was God.
It's sorry.
No, but like even NFL, like the fact that NFL wears pink and they have their pink socks on and things like that. It's subtle ways that make you smile and be like, okay, y'all see us.
Yeah, yeah, and also which I'm about to change topics for sure.
No, you
Um,
good.
and I think it's going to speaking about the NFL because now because I'm on social media, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, but also you don't know what's real and what's fake. Like there's so many things where some players that I like, oh damn, they're good or whatever, admire or whatever the case may be. Then you get a quote that say, oh, they said they're not supporting X, Y, and Z anymore. I'm like, is this real or is this fake? Like what's the real news on that? So I just try not to I just read into it as much
Right.
as because
Well, everything at this point is propaganda, right? And then it's like, can I make a coin off of it? And
hmm
I think that a lot of times it's easier to associate things that are familiar with common folk. And we
hmm
common folk because we not NFL players,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So people infuse what they think will allow their audience to buy into it, right?
yeah,
So now if they start selling pink jerseys, what's about to happen,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And a part of it could be that they have it took somebody losing their mother that was in the franchise or their wife or something,
yeah.
and it could be, like I said, propaganda, and it's just unfortunate. Like, and we don't have to deep dive in this, but I think it's crazy the amount of slander that's happening about Bad Bunny performing
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
at the Super Bowl.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what's happening in real time, and it doesn't matter how much you don't want to deep dive in
hmm
it. It don't matter how much you want to just scroll up and pass it up. We're finding out how fucking, excuse my French, our country is racist as hell,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
biased.
yeah,
And again, it's taking away from the ability to enjoy the simple things. Like, football used to be something you
yeah,
enjoyed for
yeah.
simply that.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then I recently saw a footage that my brother Nick sent me about how halftime came about.
Mm,
And I don't know if you know the history about halftime. And this goes back to show you how innovative our culture is. And I know last week we ended on what we love
mm,
about being Black. This adds to my list. So Keenan Ivory Wayans during In Living Color noticed that there was nothing happening during that halftime piece besides drums and drum performances. I couldn't even get it out. And so he decided that during halftime, he was going to create in living color halftime skit
mm.
that played out through halftime that people would enjoy during the halftime of Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Well, the Super Bowl was like, oh, or the NFL was like, oh, this is a thing. And then the next year, Michael Jackson performed.
yeah,
That was the
yeah,
very first performer.
yeah,
And it just shows you that they caught on to something. Something
yeah,
you basically said, like, you don't know what is real. And have they ever sat up and said, hey, let's pay homage to Keenan Ivory Wayans for popping
yeah,
that beat for us? Or let's figure out a way to implement him in the plan. You know what I mean? So again, it's all good when it's beneficial for the receiver, but it's never good when it's beneficial for the viewers.
yeah, yeah,
And now the controversy that continues to happen around the Super Bowl, it's involving halftime with people of color, whether
yeah,
it's Latin color culture,
yeah,
Black culture. So anyway, why be negative, right? Like, you think
yeah,
about
yeah,
it's something that brings people together, and that did used to bridge the gap
yeah,
between cultures and
yeah.
people.
And I agree, and I feel like for me, I feel like I've been navigating with a heavy heart,
Mm,
and not in terms of like I'm angry or whatever the case may be. It's almost like I wonder if this person knows that they can be their true authentic self with me or around me.
mm,
And also, I was having an interview with this guy about my like teaching credential, and he was talking to me about it. And then one of the questions was like, "How do you feel being a black teacher now?" And I was like, "Whoa, that's a steep question because as we walk into these doors, you don't know who sees you as an equal human just as a human, or who sees you as someone that's taking up space. And that's a real that takes emotion, because in my head, like, yes, we talk about, like, oh, walk in the door, be your true self, but if you
If it's
don't
not going to be
know
accepted.
exactly, and especially in a predominantly um let's call it white career,
Right.
um in female driven career, like, right, but I just think that, like, obviously there's there's something that good. Well, I'm gonna say obviously.
I'm gonna
Hopefully,
just
something
ask
good
this
is come
because
from
I
it.
see you struggling, right? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but
It's
I want to
yeah,
be mindful. I feel like your bubble got burst. I feel like you, and I say this, and I've said this multiple times.
uh,
We've walked a straight line in comfort for a very long time,
yeah, yeah,
and even while being uncomfortable, but felt safe. And I think right now we're realizing, and I say we
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
I just had the shock of my life, right, this summer about employment and how that looked,
yeah,
and feeling like you could just do that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the reality is that we 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 have walked in this comfortable bubble
Mm,
of, oh, I see what's happening out there, but it ain't impacting me.
yeah,
And unfortunately, it shouldn't impact us for us to stand up or
yeah,
do something about it. And I think my view of you is I'm a teacher, but then when they said black teacher, it changed the way you had to look at
yeah,
yourself.
yeah. No, for sure, for sure, for sure.
Because
And,
how did that feel hearing him say black teacher versus
y-
just teacher?
yeah, yeah, and he was a black man as well, because he was like, this is hot, and but it's a real conversation. These are real conversations, and and it takes someone who looks like you sitting across from you to ask those questions, to one, bring that level of awareness, two, make you feel like I'm not in this alone. Because the
Yeah.
way he responded to it, I'm like, okay, like, okay. But it's just unfortunate that we're in this place of just like heavy, like I golf every day. The course is
Right.
full of white people, and
Because
I'm
you
just
didn't
like,
see the
okay,
lines,
yeah,
those lines weren't there, and then you realize, wait, no, the lines were here. I just was stepping over them every day,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So even to think about someone asking you what it's like to be a dad, then it's like your answer changes when it says, what is it like to be a black dad?
yeah,
What is it like to be a man with a career in America? What
yeah,
does it feel like to be a black man? Like, who thought those interchangeable moments will take place? And it goes to show you that we have really um there's been regression, right?
yeah,
And
no, for sure,
there's so many people afraid right now. And in all honesty, my faith is what's keeping me together.
yeah, yeah,
And it was interesting because as you were sitting there talking, I was like, yo, we never even prayed before these episodes, because sometimes these are some heavy moments that
mm,
are triggering, and then we log off and go on, but the conversations still have that ripple effect throughout our day. Like, I'm
yeah,
still gonna be thinking about
yeah,
things that are brought up,
yeah,
but I ask God now to cover us, and I ask God to keep us within the dwellings of gratitude. But not only that, like His grace and His mercy, because the things that are happening in the world right now, the things that are happening to people we know, the things that are like they're becoming like way more. What's the
hmm,
word? Like, they're just happening more.
yeah,
And
yeah,
there's been an increase of sadness just everywhere.
yeah, yeah,
So that even if get this new car, even if you get this new job, it's still like heavy.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, so I mean, it's wild. But on another note,
He's like,
something.
it's too heavy. It's
Yeah,
too
yeah,
heavy.
yeah. No,
But
no.
look, I invite you to sit in your heaviness and weigh it out.
Yeah,
Like
no,
because it's one of those things then you start becoming avoidant because it's
yeah,
the familiarity of something that just don't feel right. But I'm not saying right now, but in general, just
yeah, I hear you. I hear
learning to self-soothe out.
you. No, but no, I was gonna switch it because something dope happened,
Okay. I love
and
dopeness.
and obviously the everyone knows that I have a very positive relationship with the girls, my
Hmm.
oldest girl's stepdad, and most people know from me when I shared previous episodes, I initially thought I felt like it was competition or whatever the case may be, but I received a call from him the other day, and he's like, "Yo, you got a few minutes or whatever." So we ended up talking for about like an hour and 15 minutes, and it was just about the girls.
Mm.
Uh, um, making sure we're on the same page, making sure the vision looks, the visions align.
Got it.
And I thought that was pretty cool because what he shared and what I know from a lot of my folks is that, man, like, let a stepdad try to talk to it, right? Like, man, this fight's happening. And so to just be able to kind of be and sit in that moment, I thought was dope because those are the little pieces that I think gets overlooked. And I'm just grateful. Like, damn, I'm grateful that they have someone in the house that is like-minded, and not in terms of trying to persuade them to be something that we want them to be, but understanding that, like, there's a mindset that come with this life.
Mm.
There's struggles that come with this life, and
And your
having the
favorite
proper
word, village.
yes, and having a proper mindset to kind of navigate through, especially these early teenage issues that my girls are facing, um, is crucial.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just wanted to just highlight
Well,
that.
I love that because I feel like, and I was talking to Tranisha about that, is that our generation is really the dopest because of the fact that we know what it's like pre social media and we know what it's
Mhm.
like post, right? Our generation are like we have experienced the highs and the lows of the political climate. We have experienced neighborhood trauma growing up with
Let
certain things.
downs, yeah,
Yeah, but the balance is we've made it in our
yeah,
own way. Like our
yeah,
success story really, really goes against what statistics said about all of us.
hmm,
And who would have thought that our generation will see that positive? And I know there's more stories like this where the stepdad
yeah,
and the biological create a space to communicate, let alone have each other's number or feel comfortable enough to make the phone call. Um, I think that's always I always have to pay homage to someone doing something different than what they know because what they did before wasn't working. But instead of doing that over and over again,
yeah,
um, and just recreating trauma for the next, I think that's super dope. So shout out to him and
yeah,
yourself
no,
for being able to receive it. Because like you said, like he would puff their chest out, not my daughter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So no, I thought that was dope. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, cool. So before, I know we're kind of approaching the time, we're kind of in I think we have about 3-4 minutes. What I want to do, what I was thinking, I know you're on this this build of building the brand and doing all everything for your business. So I want you to take a moment, or can you take a moment to actually name the business, name what your expertise is, like
Okay.
all these things. and how people can find you. And this can also be a teaser as well. Um, so just like, hey, this is Misha Dags. Point. And, hey, Flo.
First of all, stop trying to tell me how to talk.
All right, go.
You
Yeah.
ain't my
Okay,
mentor, fool.
okay. Go.
Well, I didn't.
Quiet,
Hold on.
quiet.
So you really, hello there. It's me, Misha Dex. No. So the name of my business called The After Agency. How I came up with this name is I was meditating one February, and in my meditation, I heard God tell me everything will begin after you've touched it. And The After Agency, THEE, the one. After Agency was formed, and I purposely and intentionally began my business in March. That's my mother's birth month, and it's the number three. It's the third month of the year. My favorite number is three, if you know me. So the After Agency is it's comprised of multiple blessings that God have, blessed me with as far as my talents. One being a very intuitive person. So I've been able to not only become ordained and do weddings, I've had to do my first funeral, which is not something that I deal, but it's also a blessing to be able to say that someone wants me to, be able to be the final part of someone that they love's life, and that was very compelling and hard to balance. I've also done a baptism already for one of my great friends and their daughter. That's a whole nother story. But the other element that started way before being ordained was I am a poet and motivational speaker. I've been able to bless many stages, both here in the United States, throughout different states, as well as Geneva, Switzerland, at the UN, multiple times, as well as I develop curriculum. So my overall goal is to leave places and people better than I find them. A lot of times I've worked with people and organizations that are really trying to rebuild the camaraderie between their staff. And so I consult with them. I definitely go in and tailor curriculum specifically for those organizations. So the main thing is I officiate weddings, I develop curriculum and facilitate it. I'm a keynote speaker and I MC events. So if
And you
people
know how to
have
get
events,
grants.
how do I what?
And you know how to get grants. You a grant
Oh
writer.
goodness, don't
Okay.
I'm not a grant writer. I just apply.
Okay. All right. All right.
I understand how it works. So, but I have a team. I have a team, a dope team that supports me while I am filling out the grants and doing all the groundwork as far as doing the retreat, staff retreats and weddings, and then they're the ones looking up the different grants so I can fill out the application. So it's a community. It's a community. I got a cousin who is like my manager when it comes to DCFS events.
Mhm.
So I have like a standing yearly thing that I do with DCFS, and then I've had a lot of different partnerships come from it. And my biggest event from DCFS will be this December, where I'm helping. Well, I'm emceeing an event that's tailored to Black families in the system, and paying homage to how well they've navigated through the different adversities they faced in life, but they're still here. So that's
Oh,
what I do. I bring good energy.
awesome. And we're going to wrap it up from there.
No, we're not. Because it's time for you. It's time for you. Because you always want to.
No. No. This is about you. It's not about me. This is
Nah,
about
nah.
yeah.
I appreciate you. I feel like there's this coming year. I feel like it's going to be some dope opportunities. Because I'm able to not only just show my one talent like by MCing, but I'm being asked to perform during these events too. So yeah, we'll post some on our IG page so people can see some of the stuff that I'm doing. But I also don't want anything to come off like I'm being boastful.
No,
Uh,
it's not about that.
yeah, definitely grateful. And then I do just have one thing. Like, what you been cooking? Because I ain't seen nothing.
I haven't been cooking.
you
That's the
you look
thing.
like you're starving over there.
Yeah, I haven't been. I did some more tri-tip the other day, but I didn't put it on the grill. I just put it on a skillet. And
Okay.
also it came out fire. But yeah, so I haven't been. I haven't
I need to come home. I
Yeah,
need to
but
come
yeah,
home.
whatever. Yeah, I
Anyway,
probably prep for tomorrow. Prep for the week tomorrow.
okay. Well, with that being
Being
said,
said, uh, sorry.
what was that extra drag? Like, what was that? Dang.
Sorry.
You want to tell me something?
No, sorry.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, with that being said, why
Why be
be
negative?
negative? Look at your eyeball. Why is your eyeball twitching like
Beautiful, pretty, fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing. Don't you know it? Handsome, pretty, fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing. Don't you know it? Handsome, pretty, fantastic, astonishing, awesome, amazing. Baby, handsome, pretty, fantastic, baby, rolling. It's the confidence for me, the ambience for me, the nerve that I have to walk around here looking like a compliment for me. I go by Big Daddy, I go by Fine as Hell, I go by Choosy Lover, the fine dime picker, new groupie getter, the hoochie hugger. Call me sexy, call me your wildest dreams, call me handsome, darling. My features properly conduct themselves. I look like manners, darling. I'm beautiful, my skin tone is rich and pretty. I'm guapo, I look like well done, I look like good job, I look like bravo. This perfection in the flesh, and it's the epitome of God's image. I use my face as an active resume and get jobs with it.
No, but I miss you more than the words can say. On that day, the Creator took you away. My life was in pain. I almost went insane. I'll cherish your memory till the very end.